Hello. This is a game I've heard good things about since it came out on PC. And rare for me, I've not even seen like real video footage of it. Just heard things on podcasts, little anecdotes on Twitter. And I bought it mostly sight unseen. And I thought it'd be something maybe some of my friends would be interested in as well. So, that's what this is mainly for. Let's have fun. It's voice of... all the text is fully voiced in this version, which is new. Tutorial, yeah. Things I'm interested about is how well written it is and how dialogue choices matter and are affected by all sorts of different things. Sounds really cool. Action track, back, character sheet. It's a detective RPG, by the way, if you wonder what kind of game it is. Right hand item, left hand item, targets. Heal. Reset cards on someone's inbox. I love it. Now then. Extremely intelligent. Might begin to lose his mind. I've heard there's lots of bits of writing that you get for this one that you perhaps don't on the others. Intelligence 5. Psychic? Psychological. FYS physical. And MOT during 4 years. Let's have a look at this. One to 5. There we go, physique, motorics, psyche. Six is the most. Got 4 random. Low psyche. High matrix. I'm gonna go with this one because of the plus encyclopedia.
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. You're conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore.
Ancient reptilian brain, eh?
Ever.
Oh god.
Never, ever.
Never ever ever?
Never, ever, ever, baby.
Okay.
An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
I'm getting Pratchett vibes.
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful, a pool of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
Okay, I'll plunge back.
There. No ball of meat. No light in the formless nothing. Just night swimming.
Oh, sweet oblivion.
Coming right up, sir. Smooth passage. All
Let's go.
right. Nothing town to fuck all borough.
That's some great voice acting. Let's visit the ancient Zero home.
Great choice, Elder One. It has always been like this, and it always will.
Don't stop. Keep singing. Sing me the song of death.
The song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the sore, bloated man-meat around you. A sensation. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
There's a head attached to my neck, and I'm in it.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache.
Who am I? What sort of creature does this to their own mouth?
A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
Good.
Somehow, you know what it is. A Caprice Canema motor carriage.
That's something I wouldn't have got if I didn't pick the thinker. Right. I can zoom in. Well, this is quite deep, isn't it? Starts off with 5 and everything in that, 1 in that, 2 in that, 4 in that. Okay. Wow. Logic. Encyclopedia. Rhetoric. Drama. Conceptualization. Visual calculus. Lots of good suggestion. Esprit de corps. Authority. Empathy. Inland Empire. Volition. Endurance. Pain threshold. Physical instrument. Electrical chemistry. Go to party planet. Love and be loved by drugs. Shivers. Half-light. Decent art. Composure. Interfacing. Sad warfare. Stun with immense panache. Reaction speed, perception, hand-eye coordination. Well, this looks deep. I'll look at these at a later time. Ah! So I start with 6 on this. Because it's my bonus. Now, they're writing small, it's a PC game, but PC games ported to console often have a trouble with the small text. I can't do it because I'm broadcasting right now, but if you have the similar thing on PlayStation, what you do is you hold the PlayStation button in the middle of the controller and quickly press square, and it'll zoom in. You can move it around with the right stick. That could be useful for text the size of this. So that's hold the PlayStation button, and before it brings up the menu, you have to quickly press tap square. Oh, look at state, don't we? I'd take. Ooh, very nice. This green crocodile leather shoe has a high heel and chrome embellishments. It fits your left foot perfectly. Now all that remains is to find the other shoe. Health 2 out of 2, morale 1 out of 1. All sorts. Do I have to? Am I wearing it? No, I think I've taken it off. There we go. Now we're talking. Keys. Look at that. Mighty green shoe. What do we have here?
This fan has 2 chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades.
That's how warfare is for, to have a high chance of grabbing the tie. Since it's going to be a big part of the game, let's try it straight away.
You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade.
Hooray.
What you have in your hand is a truly hideous necktie, with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose. A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole in your brain. The lights are off. The blades come squeaking to a halt.
Yay! Disco ass blazer. Looks like someone skinned this blazer off some long extinct disco animal. It has an enigmatic white rectangle on the back and the right sleeve. The necktie is the dawn with a garish pattern. It's disturbingly vivid. Somehow he feels it would be wrong to ever take it off. It's your friend now. It will betray it if you change it for some boring scarf. +1 England Empire. Very good. First one is Esprit de Corps. Intelligent watermarks. This is a fine game. This is a fine game and I'm all in favour of it. What does that mean? Three bottles in the laptop. Wine, beer and sweet liqueurs. Oh, okay. Should have sent a poet. What do I have to say about the white satin shirt? This white satin shirt used to be fancy. It used to really catch the light. Now it smells like someone took a piss in the armpits. +1 conceptualization, a real statement to wear. -1 suggestion, unsavory order. Is the mirror
A
going to
mirror
be mistake?
hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Was this not the same Eno that founds empires and lays waste to cities, virile, uncaring towards the little things?
Indeed.
Probably not, no.
So the conceptualization part of my brain just had an argument with the logical part of my brain. Very good.
Hot water sprays from the faucet's base, and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just a vague impression of a man. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor.
Really?
Really, or recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you're in has drowned in a sea of blood alcohol. This was no mere night of drinking. It was a deluge of world-ending proportions.
Not today. Not today. Oh, hold L1 to do that. Good. Yeah. I love this getting dressed part of the game. Flare cut trousers. These golden brown trousers are flare cut. Normal bell bottom trousers will be boot cuts, but these are far from normal. They are someone's piss soaked, cum stained party pants. -1 savoir faire, tight around the thighs. +1 electrochemistry, tight around the crotch.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants.
Bitch them out, daddy-o.
It says, whirling in rags, on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door. The whirling in
Thanks,
rags
perception.
is a hostel cafeteria on the urban coast, frequented by dock workers.
Good to know. Yeah, hold on.
window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in.
Well, let's look out first.
The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the ocean and some war-torn buildings. The morning light hurts your eye. The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the ocean and some war-torn buildings.
There we go.
The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside.
Did I break it with my own hands?
A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent.
Good.
More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact.
Wait, what
Something you've done before.
Okay, how big?
It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist. The single green shoe you found fits the hole almost as well as your foot. It would have also been heavy enough if thrown with force. Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you could still find the other one on the balcony outside. The door to it should be outside your room.
Maybe it wasn't me.
You mean someone else took your shoe off and smashed the window with it?
Yes.
This person also forced the drinks on you.
That shoe's living its own life now.
The window agrees. Its cracked smile is cold and sparkly.
That was the tape, wasn't it? Oh, it's something else. There used to be a tape in this case, but it was destroyed in a fit of rage. Something about the 10 years single smallest church in Saint-Cyr must have rubbed someone the wrong way. The label says the song was recorded in '43. That's like a hallway. Do I need to use the key? Oh, something about holding an item. Maybe not. Ah. We're over 20 degrees centigrade, partial cloud cover. There's something on the table. .4 AR. Officer. I'm a detective. The calendar says it's March. The year is 51. Apostrophe 51.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips.
Miss Orange Disco Dancer makes me think of the Manic song Miss Europa Disco Dancer.
Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28.
Thanks, perception.
A silver jumpsuit falls off her like scale armor, sparkling. This is the sparkle of too many nights out on the city.
Officer, am I military personnel?
No.
Then why did he call me an officer?
Because you're a police officer, sir.
You're shitting me. No voice acting though. All this time?
You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less.
What business is that?
I couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
You have no doubt about the drinking. But do you strike yourself as a tight-lipped drunk? She must have heard something.
3%. And if you get something wrong, something bad will happen. That's something I got from the knowledge. I might not know where I am, or who I am, or what a Kupri Kanima is. How I know what one sounds like.
She nods.
But I do know when someone's not telling me the whole story. What am I doing here? What's my case?
There's a mercenary out back. He's been hanged. The body has been there for a week now. The locals probably got tired of it and called the cops.
Goodness. Well, why didn't you just tell me?
I didn't mean to overwhelm you with information. You seem a bit lost, officer.
Who the rat lad would let me be an officer of the law?
Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer.
Time has passed. Time passes when you talk to people in this game. I know that. Why don't I remember?
Could it be because of the drinking?
She raises an eyebrow. The cigarette sizzles.
She hasn't had time to put her makeup on. This is her morning cigarette. She looks tired, her beauty waning faster than it ought to at her age.
Perception. Shut your mouth. I should get going now.
Of course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
Something stirs in you as she's about to go. Call it an instinct, a need. The need to ask questions. It's like you said the words 1,000,000 times before. She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
Before you go, I have some questions.
Yes.
What is it they have against the police here?
The dock workers are pretty cocky. They think they're police enough. At least here on the coast. I can't say about the rest of the city.
And where am I?
You're in a hostel, sir.
No, where in the world?
We are in Revachol.
Oh,
Revachol is the disgraced former capital of the world, divided into zones of control under foreign occupation. Half a century after a failed world revolution, She is central to our moment in time.
Good to know.
Forever and ever.
And ever, out of the corner of your eye, you see the hair on the back of your hand standing on end. It feels as though low-grade lightning is coursing through you. You must be hypersensitive from the hangover.
That's probably it, yeah. Is it 51 now?
It's 51.
What century?
The current century?
That's what number?
Centuries don't have numbers. They have names. And this is the current one.
How many centuries have there been then?
Civilization has existed for 8,000 years, sir.
What's so funny?
You're right. There is nothing funny about civilization.
Did you hear anything last night?
There was the usual ruckus. Loud disco music.
Any visitors?
I couldn't say. It's impossible to hear people speaking from over here.
Loud disco music, you
Oh,
say?
yes. Various artists. Ostentatious orchestration prime among them.
She raises an eyebrow, waiting for the name to connect with you.
Oh, that. Yeah. Whoa. The less said about oh, the better.
Oh, were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course. Like 7. Life gets hard, but we go on.
Yeah, we go on alright.
I don't know about that. At around 2 o'clock, disco stopped, and there was a change of pace.
Yeah, what happened?
A slow, sad song started playing, like organ music on repeat. That went on for quite a while. Some of the time, you were yelling along to it.
Was the singing this? I show the empty case of the smallest church in Sensei.
Yes, there was a church in there. A really small church. Like the smallest, saddest church in the whole world. It was about that. And also,
What else?
that it doesn't matter anymore and that we're alone now. It was difficult to tell. The song itself was very quiet and soft, but you sounded like a winded boar, sir. It was hard to understand what you were singing on top of it.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. I was going out later anyway. It didn't bother me.
Then what happened?
Then you started screaming and trashed the place.
That's so mean. What did I do?
A window was smashed. A tape player, probably. The song stopped. And furniture, too. A real destructathon. There was screaming. Then I think you passed out.
Please tell me there wasn't anything else.
There was. I think you screamed that you didn't want to be this type of animal anymore. I may have misheard, but it was sort of memorable. Not afterwards. Everything was quiet by then. Around 4 or 5. And that was it.
Okay, you can go now.
Glad to have been of assistance.
Cool. Look at that face. Just no. Nope.
The door is closed. There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on, somewhere inside.
Trompe le Monde. Pixies reference? Or just French? Nothing on the front page rings a bell. Strange. Interesting. Hello viewers. I don't really usually stream things, but since I'm going into this completely blind, and I've got a few friends who think I think they want to play it, doing this for them as much as anything. But it's confirmed my suspicions that it's entirely my kind of thing. The smell of the sea makes you dizzy. Cool. Gust of briny wind rushes over. Ah! Hello, old friend. Fit me perfectly.
There they both are. Two identical shoes, both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet.
Yeah, don't have a gaming PC. So when this was announced with voice acting, and I've somehow just not heard much about it apart from anecdotes on podcasts and bits on Twitter, I thought, yeah, perfect for me.
Like two baby crocodiles.
They do not look like normal cop shoes.
It's pretty clear a normal cop is not what you are.
How do they fit?
Good, they're balanced, comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told.
Nice. Oh, we've got a new menu. Journal. Monday. At least we know it's Monday. Oh, that was a task. Very good. Nice. Do you think it's something you can play just again and again with all the different builds? Seems that way. Still getting used to the controller controls. It's always weird when a PC game built for PC gets ported to console. Oh, British Sea Power music on this, don't they? I want to put British Sea Power and games together. Which makes me think Miss Orange Disco Dancer was a Manic Street Preachers reference. So the lyrics would be. A big old karaoke night was waiting for someone to sing into it. Speakers connected to the radio. The music is seasoned with static.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul.
So all these different parts of me have their own voice, well, their own things to say. Inland Empire currently has a +1. Hunches have got feelings. Dreams and waking life. I'm going to read all this stuff later. Okay, Inland Empire. My soul's cubic content is obscured by the hangover.
Of course, at this point, precise measurements of your soul can only be performed from the outside. It needs to be heard. Through a PA system. By other people.
This goes well with the theory I'm developing, that I'm a down-on-my-luck superstar person.
Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline? Yes, sounds likely. You should probably go on stage and pose for a moment when you're done with this thought. See if it works.
What should I sing?
You should sing the sad small church song from that tape you found. Thought it was obvious.
I'll stick with Oh Oh.
No, don't sing the happy song. It's stupid. Sing the sad song. It's profound.
Of course.
You would need another copy of the tape first, though. The one upstairs is destroyed.
I see. You there. Gart, or Garty, the cafeteria manager. A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again.
Everything is cool between you and this guy. He's a big fan. Make some small talk.
Failed empathy. And then maybe that's a clue that everything is not cool between me and this guy. Imagine if every one of these 24 things had their own voice acting. Asking too much, I know, but just imagine. It'd be too much to keep track of. And maybe one for intellect, one for psyche, one for physique, one for motorics. I shall look at the stuffed bird. A competent work of taxidermy. The white-browed seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that used to mount it. Most likely on a wall.
This is the Great Skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola, the part of the world you are in right now.
Thanks, Encyclopedia.
The small steel tag says as much. The Great Skua. Stegosaurus Skua.
Thanks, Perception. That's that's the Great Skua, right?
Look, your buddy is over there.
He looks at the doors, where a man in a bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor.
Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
What do you mean, my buddy? He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead. Are you the bartender?
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
I see.
He's very animated all of a sudden. This seems like a touchy subject.
You look like a
That
bartender.
period of my life is over. Not everyone who stands behind a counter is a bartender, okay? I'm the cafeteria manager.
Understood. Yeah, let's not get off on the wrong foot. For what? What did I just pick up? Do, 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 do. Bullets. I'm sure I just picked something up. No. What's cooler? The menu's been wiped clean. A woman's hand wrote yesterday's menu. Today starts in a man's handwriting. Union paraphernalia. Mess hall reserved for union members. Doors open 1600. Lena, quick
Hello,
to zoom in
sweetie.
his wife.
You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
She nods toward the man in orange bomber jacket.
Hello, sweet. You shouldn't.
This raw pinball machine is unplugged. I'm going to keep the man in the orange bomber jacket waiting. A sad pair of an old electric juicer comes from the kitchen. Someone is working. Kitchen reserved for personnel until 1 o'clock. These times are actually important. Summer door closed for the winter. The bottle of run's been knocked over. Beautiful dark liquid is spilling out. A man is sleeping at the table. Sleeping awkwardly. Wearing mud-caked boots and roll-down overalls. The back of his shirt reads, Wild Pines, encircled by a logo with a tree.
A colourful piece of plastic is dangling from his carabiner. Makes your fingers itch.
Interfacing. Master machines, pickpockets and pockets.
On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine.
It's interesting, some things that are just narration for voice actors and some aren't. Whatever. Expect the piece of plastic.
It's a dock worker's ID, doubling as a shift card and a job permit. A young, able-bodied man stares back at you from the photo. Santiago S. John.
This is the game. I want things. Give me the thing. 7 out of 10.
Your fingers find their way into the shackle, flicking open its spring-loaded gate. The metal loop holds the plastic ID and a leather-bound pocketbook. The man emits a loud snore. Is he about to wake up? Doesn't look like it, but you never know. Better be quick.
Pocketbook.
You find a black paper note with a woman's profile on it. Seems like this woman lived centuries ago. The note says, 5 Real. It feels nice and greasy.
I just stole that man's money.
You slip the plastic ID card out of the loop and pocket it. The man continues to snore.
What a piece of shit I am.
Just for the record, you look nothing like the man on the document.
Thought that might come into play.
The sleeping dock worker has little to say about your actions. He remains silent. The man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does.
What a champ. %17%. You may retry. What have we got to lose?
You gently shake his shoulder, but nothing happens. This man could probably sleep soundly in a ship's engine room.
Locked. A standard issue dock worker shift card, doubling as a worker's permit. The bottom left corner holds a picture of the man this item used to belong to. The two of you look nothing alike, just so you know. Just so you know.
The theme on that pinball machine is a standard royalist theme, used on everything from pinball cabinets to full-flavor cigarettes.
What are its hallmarks?
Clinging to a picture book version of the past century, waiting for the king to come back and cast out all the profiteers and homosexuals. Basically, imagine a yellow plastic crown with a liquor brand emblazoned on it.
Huh. I'd rather know more about the world of today.
The contemporary period stands still. The fated carousel of progress that doomed the royalists is itself winding down. Our time is decelerating into what no one knows.
I can already tell the writing is crispy. Crispy writing. My man, Kim Kitsuragi. A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor, looks like he's waiting for someone. You. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting.
On the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back, are the same enigmatic white rectangles as on your blazer.
Let's shake the man's hand.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
His grip is firm. Conceptualize a name.
Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it, but there are still many to go.
It is not yet time.
Okay then.
He processes the information and disregards it.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
No. I'll just say, no, I have not.
Then we should ask him for a rundown of the area. Get me up to speed. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
Yes, the police. I'm aware I'm a policeman.
Right. And the interviews?
It's
At the
his.
57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice.
I haven't.
Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
Dead body?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like dead bodies.
Sure. But did you take it down from the tree?
Extremely the dude from the Big Lebowski voice. Look, man, yeah.
Does that mean the body is no longer in the tree? Completely. Does that mean you took the body down from the tree?
No.
So, the body is still in the tree, where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
What if I told you I'm not really a police officer?
We all feel that way sometimes. There is no such thing as a police officer, I'm afraid. What remains is that there is a dead body in the tree. Someone has to figure out who put it there. If we don't, no one else will.
And then, soon after, dead bodies would be dangling from all the trees.
Huh.
But first, we have to take it down.
How can you be so sure I'm from the police?
I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the Citizens Militia on your sleeve and on your back.
He points to your jacket.
I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now, I'm going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Inspectorate General.
Inspectorate General means internal affairs. What he's saying is, he's not from the Rat Squad and isn't supposed to suspect such things.
Ah, you mean the Rat Squad?
No need for derogatory terms. They're only doing their job.
You said insignia. These white rectangles, you mean? Point.
Yes,
But they're just white rectangles.
they are not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a pattern resembling the street grid of Revachol West.
No.
I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage, but again, it's none of my concern. I just need you to do your job.
But shouldn't I have a badge or something?
You mean you don't have a badge?
I have my badge. I'm a policeman and I have my badge.
Oh, if you didn't have your badge, then that would be very bad. You would need to report it on my shortwave. But since you do have it, we can go straight to the task at hand.
I can't remember anything.
I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse. Much worse. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern.
What were we supposed to be doing again?
Talk to the manager. Then we go out back and take the body down.
Let's roll.
After you, officer.
I need to sing karaoke. That's the most important thing. Where's me pills? Where's me bloody pills? No matter. The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Gard, right?
The lieutenant glances into
You
the
run
fucking
this
letter.
place.
Yes.
He responds tersely.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
He looks to you, realising he still doesn't know your name. I'm currently in between names.
Fantastic.
It's not when you've left your band, but you don't decide on a solo artist name yet.
That's wonderful. Really. I think so. But there's a dead body up there. No one wants to work in these conditions. It's been a week.
Sir, I understand your concern, but we are here to do a job. And for us to do it, I need you to stay calm.
Yes, of course.
He takes a step back.
I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene, but it also took you a while to call us. It was you who placed the call, correct?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
He looks behind a pile of coasters, finds a slip of paper, and hands it to the lieutenant.
This sounds like something you can use to call this Sylvie later.
Reaction speed. The quickest to react. An untouchable man.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective.
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions.
Hooray for logic. Me?
Mm-hmm. I have everything. You?
Oh, you mean do I have questions?
Yes, yes. He means, do you have questions for me, like a police officer would?
He's agitated again.
He thinks you're stupid, sire. Ask him about the body's location before asking if he killed him. People give up information in the more innocuous questions, which you can later use in the more sinister ones, not vice versa.
I see. Drama. Rhetoric. Play the actor. Lie detect lies. Practice the art of persuasion. Enjoy rigorous intellectual discourse.
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there.
But how do we get there?
That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then, to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through.
This man means the heavy cavalry of the innocents Franco-Negro, sweeping over the plains and nations of the enemies of mankind. 5th century style. Unified currency and the concept of cool came in their wake. They wore lamella and carried guns. But first and foremost, Franco-Nigerian heavy cavalry was really, really wide. That hole in the fence must be enormous.
Why did Sylvie go away?
She went away because none of your business.
Have they not been telling you you're a cop?
I'm not a cop. Everything is my business.
Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number. That's why Sylvie went away. I hope you appreciate that.
Thank you.
The lieutenant opens his little notebook at the cover. The number is safely tucked away in a small pocket. Mystery solved.
Is it? Because I thought you were supposed to be investigating the lynching, not my employer conduct.
Huh. Everything has something to do with everything.
Good for you. Was there something else? I'd like to get back to what I was doing.
Who killed him?
I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job.
This is it. He said they hoisted him up on a tree. Who is this they, if he doesn't know?
Rhetoric has a good point.
Oh, people are saying it was the union dock workers, that it was a lynching.
Who exactly is saying that?
The locals, customers, the people who eat here, a lot of dock workers eat here. Sylvie told me everyone knows the dock workers did it.
Did the debarders themselves tell her this, or is it a rumor?
I don't really know. You'll have to ask her.
Why would the dock workers lynch this man?
I would suppose it's because they have nothing better to do.
You mean the strike?
Yes, the strike. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbour company, I hear. A mercenary. The unionistas probably thought they'd send a message.
Unionistas. I have another question. That's all.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
What's real?
Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owe him some money.
I want to say that, but
Wow, you're a genius. Yes, that's right. Money. You owe this establishment 130 real.
he points to the red letter. But what is clocks?
What are you, a philosopher?
Since I woke up, I have trouble remembering even the most basic concepts of reality.
Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room, or 8 bottles of potent blend, and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything, really.
Interesting. Where do I get it
Are
from?
you serious? From your work? I don't know. You can take bribes, I guess. I'm sorry. I don't think cops can take bribes.
Some do take recompense, but only to survive.
The lieutenant is dead serious. Why do I need it?
For survival, to pay me. Unless you want to become a hobo. Do you want to become a hobo? There's nowhere else to stay in Martinez, and it's a cold spring outside. Money doesn't make you happy, but it lets you be unhappy for a while longer.
That's the way.
If you run out of money, you die. It's like that for all of us. Me too. That's why I need you to pay me. I'm not an asshole.
Is this money?
Yes, it is.
10, 10, 20, 40. I'm down to 90 now, right?
No, you see, that's 40 cents. Cents are a form of currency 100 times smaller than the real. I'm not even going to take this. Come back when you have 130 real.
100 times smaller?
Yes,
That's horrible.
it is.
Isn't it evil? The order of magnitude between what is asked of a person and what they have.
Mm-hmm. Darkness rides.
It does, doesn't it?
There's a shuffle of now, and the Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in his pockets. What do I owe this place for?
Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work. So don't try to tell me you didn't. That will be 40 real in damages. Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40 plus 30 equals 130 real. And yes, real is still money.
You're under
You
arrest.
can't arrest me. I haven't done anything.
Oh God. I've authority of one, why is it so easy? Okay, not under arrest. What happens now?
I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money by tonight, then...
Officer, maybe you're
Sure.
better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away.
Isn't there somewhere else I can stay around here?
You mean somewhere else to run up a huge debt? I don't think so. The union squeezed most places out of business to fund the strike. You're better off home.
I don't have a home.
Officer, you really need to take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car. Call them, ask for assistance. We have to get this investigation started now.
Good luck.
The man wants to say something, then thinks better of it. I like how it just put me in the game. I was waiting maybe for a
By the way, where is home?
title screen.
The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it.
Name drop. What do you call it? Title drop? Whatever. I wonder if it's going to come up saying Disco Elysium. By the way, where is home? Just coming up blank. I don't think I have one.
But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere.
Up on Marble Hill.
Why did you say that?
Lieutenant Kitsuragi, do you know a place called Marble Hill?
No. But isn't that an expression, not a place?
An expression?
A saying. Up on Marvel Hill, a great high place. One that is impossible to climb back to.
That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money.
This game has brilliant choices. Gotta trace the way back somehow.
You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear.
Thought gained. Who made the call? Pay for damages. Suspect body. Report badge missing. Sing. Carry. Okay. Thought cabinet. Wow, look at all this stuff. Wow, look at all this stuff. Internalize stop. Wow. Sort thoughts by status, date, A to Z. Are these all possible thoughts? Wow. Temporary research bonus. So it's currently activated. Right. Let's rewind. Let's trace your drunken steps back home. Jump across the raised channel bridge southwest of here. Fall over. Get up. Get off the asphalt in 20 minutes. Shuffle your feet through courtyards, scaring little children. Go under the great motor tracks. The 881. Until you reach Le Domaine Eminent in North Jamrock. The streets are frozen this time of year, caked with ice. Walk down Main to perdition. There's a side alley there, and your footprints in the mud. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. So... tell me about the case.
What do you want to know?
Literally anything. Would you say this is a mysterious case?
No, it's not a particularly mysterious case. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that.
Okay, so the case probably is mysterious, but could it be sexy?
There was some interest in this case at my station, but not for the reasons you have in mind. You seem to wish there was
Are you sure there's not some sex angle we should be considering? Sit down with Partridge.
Good point. Martinez is famed for its occult sex murder rites. We'll get on it immediately.
The wary tone is the surest indicator that the lieutenant is being sarcastic.
It doesn't have to be a cult, it can just be sex murder.
That's commendable. Was there anything else?
It can still be an otherworldly sex mystery in your head, with a dark twist even.
Thank you.
He's basically challenging you to sex it up with some lurid twist. Don't get right into it. Sit on it a bit, then hit him with it.
Incredible. Literally anything about the case. I can't remember a single thing.
Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit.
A young woman told me mercenaries been hanged, and the manager thinks it was the union who did it.
Then you are not that far behind, actually. Do you want me to brief you?
Brief, yes, that sounds good.
3 days ago, the RCM emergencies desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate.
Grim.
During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute.
Did the briefing say anything about who the victim was?
A security guard or worker of some sort, hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth.
Why do we know anything about the call?
They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex.
Well, I heard
There's a
themselves.
strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that.
And the RCM is...
That's us, the Revachol Citizens Militia. We're the police in this city.
The RCM, or the Revachol Citizen Militia, is the police force you and him are part of. A self-organized peace corps of the occupied city of Revachol. The RCM operates within a legal twilight, yet its authority is rarely questioned. It's super useful to know this.
Within legal twilight. Well, nicely phrased. Of course.
Just to be clear, we are police officers. It's our job to find the killer. That's the case. Uncover and arrest the killer.
Secret task completed. Get Kim to tell you about the case. Let's go with the preliminary info.
You mean like a brief? Do you want me to brief you
Oh,
again?
no, I'll wing it.
There's no reason to wing anything. If you didn't get the brief, that's okay. I did. 3 days ago, the RCM emergency. During that time, a security guard. They didn't identify. There's a Just to be clear, we are police officers. It's our job to find the killer. That's the case. Uncover and arrest the killer.
Hang on, if we're from different precincts, why are we on the same case?
I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition.
What do you mean?
You don't know? I assumed you were in on it.
I don't... You know what I'm in on? Retrograde amnesia.
Better still than an imbecilic cop-off.
Copper?
It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim.
This seems relevant.
Later. Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case?
That's all I have need for now.
Good.
Oh man. Look at that. Go on.
Only banal things strike you. At the core, you're a very banal person with a very small soul.
Okay. Ooh. Game over.
One you should be ashamed of. It's no wonder the soft one doesn't want it back. It was right to abandon you.
Huh. I think you should know that I can't remember anything. No response. He just arches his brow.
He's having trouble processing it, believing it even.
I feel like I must repeat this. I don't remember anything. There was heavy drinking involved.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs?
What's wrong with personal affairs?
Not a fan. It's just the nature of lieutenancy.
The RCM deploys a self-styled structure called the Decomptage as its chain of command. Every lieutenant is responsible for 2 sergeants and 8 officers. That means the average lieutenant has to deal with quite a few personal affairs. Even you know this.
So what should I concentrate on?
Try work. The case at hand. It can work miracles.
But I'm completely lacking in basic information about even the organisation room. Can you help?
Fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m. If you're still having trouble then, I can give you an orientation.
Move on, let it be. I'm afraid this is a medical situation.
Really? You look fine to me.
I'm talking serious, unbelievable damage here.
This psychodrama is unbecoming of an officer.
Clearly, he prefers to think you're malingering. He cannot fathom that anyone could drink so much as to retroactively erase their entire life.
I'm gonna keep pressing him. It's not psychological.
Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in my kinema to call your station's lazaret. Was there anything else you wanted?
Incredible. What about you?
Me?
Yes, you.
I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation.
We're better together, we have more rapport.
That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know?
You're wearing glasses.
That's correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this, but you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
Glasses are cool again.
Are they? They are mostly just cumbersome.
You don't look like other people around here.
That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's not an interesting topic. It's a
What's
part
Seoul?
of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity and a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting.
Seoul is a protectionist, isolationist, pan-Isolari state west of the Insulindian Isola. Actually, it's quite interesting. Some would even say mysterious.
Good voice acting, encyclopedia. You're making it sound uninteresting, encyclopedia.
You're barking at the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to Seoul. I'm a regular Havasholian.
He seems almost proud of these things.
A point of pride to him.
It's only a secret.
No.
Your brain sends a signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. Something is paralysing you. Pretty sure it has something to do with the lieutenant's underground.
It's like you're locked down.
your back. Keep your poker face. What's happening to me?
Something the matter, detective?
What's going on? It's like you're a puppet in his hands.
Oh well, authority rules. Do you ever talk with yourself?
What do you mean?
You know, when you're thinking. Do you ever have conversations with your brain?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Ah, it's just me.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary.
So you're saying your brain never just chimes in with advice or warnings?
I can't say that it does, no. When I need to think, I just use my notebook.
Lieutenant produces his small blue notebook and idly thumbs through a few pages.
We all have our different mediums. His is written.
That's all for now.
Good. Let's change the subject.
You seem to be following.
Excuse me?
Just an observation?
You have a distinctive way of walking. If I were to walk in front of you, we would surely collide.
What do you mean distinctive?
I hope you don't take this the wrong way. It's just a collegial observation. In the 57th, we call it the Jamrock Shuffle. Officers from Jamrock's 41st Precinct tend to move a bit erratically.
I didn't come here looking for trouble. I just came to do the Jamrock Shuffle. What was that?
They say it's a scene-clearing technique developed by one of your lieutenants for gathering evidence. It's erratic, yet thorough. Prioritizes containers.
Yes, but containers contain things, shiny things. They're interesting.
You kidding me? What containers?
I don't know. Containers contain, I guess. I'm making assumptions. We should move on.
We should move on. Can't believe he really died because I insisted on being something sexy about the case. What do Secret task. Interesting. Timed. Oh, it's timed. These are all done. Things I need to do. Call your station's Lazarus. Sort of health issues. End of the day debrief. The pissing competition, this is what I wanted to see. Apparently there was a pissing match between us and Precinct 57, Kim's. Ask him about this after the initial inspection of the dead body is done. Pay for damages, who made the call, inspect body, report your badge missing, sing karaoke, I need a tape. Okay.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already?
It was about 8 o'clock, 2 hours.
An hour would have been bad. 2 hours is mystical. You have truly wiped out all trace of yourself if you haven't thought about rum and lemonade yet.
I've been sick of a think about it all this time.
There he is, the old boy, the devil. You rascal, you. Let's celebrate right now by licking that stain off the counter. Do it. It'll be wild.
It's 10 AM and I'm not going to lick the stain.
What happened, man? You used to be cool. Go get your boring normal person drink then. Get your drink on and your act together.
New task. Find booze and drink it. Use skill points to forget thoughts. What a world. It is British Sea Power-ish, isn't it? Because if you go slow. Just really sound me to call the police. Kids go home.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center.
Holy heck. Main hall, building A.
An off-key melody starts playing after you ring the doorbell. Then a woman picks up the receiver.
Kuno, please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't have time for your stupid games.
So, just trying random doorbells.
Please don't do that. Doorbells are not toys, and this one isn't even working properly. Please don't call us again. Thank you.
Okay.
A single beep indicates that the line has gone dead.
Oh, there's so much stuff. So much stuff. Huh.
Silence. No one answers your call.
So sinister.
This button looks new, but someone has removed the name card. Nothing happens when you try to ring it.
Huh. This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
Takes a step back and steps in the other name on the list. Do I have a bag? I do not have a bag.
This Post Lavantorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front.
Graffito.
A faint sticker on the side reads, RCM Emergencies Desk number 8102, with a slogan, Mankind, be vigilant.
Good mail delivery box.
The box seems happy.
Oh, God.
Eat shit pig, fucked by the coon, and Saint G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also.
Been there, Post Lavantorie mail collection box, been there.
The mail collection box seems cathartic, thankful even. So do you. You shudder, then you swallow.
Incredible. This book has a rose, a pistol, and a half-naked dame on its cover. On this cover stands a very muscular man surrounded by flames. This is a book about pate. This book, you don't really understand what it's about, nor does it seem important. It's a book about Maridero culture. It promotes freedom and running upstream. A book about the future. The government reads your mind using radio technology. Crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. Big area. Something about North. Kip's apartment, smelting ice cream. Oh, I had a thought. Oh. Book is titled Man from Helmdall and the Wildfire.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
Some great tectonic forces crack the pavement like an eggshell. Ah. Wow.
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number 57. Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion. The Caprice Kinema motor carriage. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. A scent of leatherwork and heavy fuel oils washes over you.
I pick up the radio.
The frequency tableau lights up, and the green button labeled Prime Line glows like a feline eye. And then you hear something. The soft purr of electrical kittens, radio waves cast far and wide over the metropolis. A woman's voice greets you through the static.
This main guy they've got such a great voice. An interesting choice. Not completely plain. There's some character to it, which is cool.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you?
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st Precinct here. I'm putting him on.
Operating the radio is easy. Just be confident. You've probably done it 1,000 times.
Probably. Being obnoxious has got me this far, so... Come in, Delta 10. This is Firewalker. Copy.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
You could swear she was friendly with the lieutenant.
Under the green prime line, a yellow saved button catches your eye. I wonder what Kim's default radio station is.
Press the button. As always, it's DJ Special Place, y'all, and you're listening to Speed Streets FM, bringing you the hottest, the bestiest, the most vulgar. Not everything's voice acted, so I did that.
A flock of seagulls takes off nearby, startled by the roaring radio. Right away, the lieutenant reaches into the cabin and turns off the radio. He's not looking at you as he says,
Someone must have been messing with the radio, or maybe picked up a random frequency. You wanted a prime line, right?
Speed Freaks FM, huh?
Oh, is that what it was called?
He's trying hard to act surprised.
go for it. Turn the radio back on while it's still on the Speed Freaks FM.
I pick up the radio again. Souped up motor carriage for one boy for the heavy of the foot and freaky.
God damn it!
The lieutenant moves quick as a viper as he switches off the radio and sets it on prime line. Then he turns to you.
Look, it helps me to stay alert on long nights, okay? It's a method. I'm not some kind of speed freak or...
He shakes his head, furiously staring at his feet. What about heavy of foot?
You would be too if you had this motor carriage.
He snaps. Now seriously.
But seriously, let's quit joking around, alright? We have a case to investigate.
He turns back to the cabin.
This is Precinct 57. Can I connect it to someone?
I was told I need to connect to my station, the 41st Lazarus.
It will take just a moment, officer.
Her voices fade out into the familiar radio static.
Gottlieb, what do you want?
He cleared his throat briskly before answering. Nix Gottlieb.
He's carelessly chewing on a piece of hard candy.
I'm in a bad way, Doc. A real bad way.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah, it's Firewalker here.
Firewalker? Oh, yes, you are. Just don't breathe in the general direction of your fire feet. Actually, wait. Do exactly that. Put yourself out of your misery. Take a deep, diaphragmatic breath in and...
It would be an artistic statement of some kind or another. Self-immolation has been all the rage in Lomanpang for a while now, especially among university students. It is particularly popular in Koh Hoi, where such acts get the most press.
This is not about self-immolation in the Samas guilt era.
Of course, yes, you were having health trouble.
Cop sets fire to himself. That'll be quite an interesting conceptual piece, don't you think?
Sounds more like a newspaper headline that will surprise absolutely no one. Now, do you have any current, pressing medical problems?
I've lost my memory. All of it.
With all the damage you've been dealing yourself with drugs and alcohol, I'm not surprised.
You're not surprised? Okay, anything else?
What else? I'm not a brain doctor. Look on the bright side, you've got a whole new life now. Use it wisely.
It's hard to say if he doesn't believe you, or doesn't care.
Isn't there anything you can do for me?
What? You want me to do blood work for you again? Tell you just how bad things really are across the board? You want another rundown of everything collapsing inside your body?
Yes, I want the truth.
You want the real, honest-to-God truth? Stop drinking, eat magnesium and vitamin D. Our station is not a retirement home. We don't have the funds to deal with rock stars past their prime. And no, I don't want to hear a political commentary on the topic. In fact, I got work to do. Some idiot has glued his eyelids shut with cyanoacrylate. It looks like Mactorson.
Don't fucking cryo-isolate. Super glue, doc.
Cyanoacrylate is superglue.
I guess that's it for now. The phone clicks. Suddenly you hear the already familiar voice.
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
Could you connect me to the 41st?
Just a second, officer.
She puts you on hold, the static crackling softer like a bonfire. After a while you hear an old man greet you from the radio. His rattly voice is only familiar.
10-2, 10-5, this is 41st, come in, over.
The man uses relay code. You've got this. You're a cop, and cops know relay code.
10-4, Stitch 41. I've got an urgent business. Over.
10-4, message received, 10-5, relay message. What's your status? Over.
Just reporting in, over.
10-18, state your message, sir.
I need to report my badge missing.
But you said... never mind.
10-9, over.
My badge, can't find it anywhere, basically it's gone.
10-4, message received. This is a very serious situation. I need to 10-22 the captain, over.
Is it him? What does he want?
Says he lost his badge and needs to report it.
He what? He lost his badge?
Who's this?
This is Communication Officer Jules Pidieu, sir. Over.
No, the other one.
You mean your partner? Over.
What is he saying?
He's asking who you are.
I'm his goddamn partner.
It's your partner, Satellite Officer Dietmar, sir. Over.
Did he lose his memory along with his fucking badge?
The man in the background sounds like he's losing his patience.
Who lost his badge? Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
Oh, and him.
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
He says, as he not laughter.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's
Yeah.
the name of a fictional detective who would not lose his badge. Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
Now Hobbs has lost his badge. That guy first caught up and misplaced his badge.
He says this has probably happened to other policemen before him and laughs sarcastically.
Oh god damn it. Is he fucking kidding? The whole station's gonna be dicked for this.
Satellite Officer Vicmar is wondering if you might be joking and adds that this tarnishes the reputation of the entire station. Over.
Mullen dicked us.
Can't we just move on?
10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Over.
Can we track it down now?
Fuck me. Mac, come here. You've got to hear this. Dick Mullen lost his badge.
What's going on?
Super Cop here lost his badge.
Matt Thorson hasn't been voice acted. That's weird. He lost his what now?
His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
Didn't you glue your eyes shut earlier?
The man is laughing too hard to form coherent sentences. The only words you can make out are lost and badge.
Could you all just please stop saying lost his badge for a moment?
He asks you to please stop saying he lost his badge.
Why, did he find it? The room at the other end of the line erupts in volcanic laughter.
Sergeant Orson was wondering if you found your badge yet. Over.
You don't have a comeback. Sorry. It's hard to think like this.
Oh dear.
He's not replying. Looks like he's still looking for it.
You can hear laughter in the background. Enough with this now.
10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
The animated conversation in the back is making it difficult for him to hear you.
New heights even for Captain Sober.
Ask him, the speaker gasps for air. Ask him if he lost his gun too.
Sergeant Orson wants to know if you lost your gun too. Over.
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is, do you?
Let the body take control. I don't have my gun!
No. It's gone. It's not fucking on you.
10-9, coming officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering about your gun. Over.
I have a drama score of 5, making it highly likely to pass this check.
Lying over the phone? It's easy. Just say it like it's the truth, and then it becomes it.
No, of course he didn't lose my gun.
He says he didn't.
Thank God for that. That would have been a nightmare. I don't even want to imagine the poor prick who has to relay that kind of news to the captain. Losing his badge is bad enough. Tell him to find it, and fast. We can't have some gangbanger running around with it.
We're all glad to hear you've not lost your gun, officer. You need further assistance. Over.
I'm in dire need of financial assistance.
10-4, I hear you. I don't have the authority to grant your request, but...
What does he want now?
He's asking for money.
Is he fucking kidding?
I don't think he is.
Don't give that asshole anything. He's just gonna drink it all.
Alright, that's a negative on the additional funds, sir. Over.
I'm begging you here, I don't even have a place to sleep.
He says he's in trouble, doesn't have a place to sleep.
Well, I guess he'd better crack the case before sundown then.
Vicmar said...
I don't want to be here anymore, I want to go home. Please come and get me.
Listen, it's okay. You can do it, sir. Over.
What is he saying?
Did you want anything else, sir? Many of your colleagues are also here. Over.
The operator chooses to ignore the voice in the background.
He's trying to keep you from further embarrassing yourself in front of your colleagues.
Alright, I'm alright.
Let us address them now, sir. Over.
There's personal details I'd like to discuss.
Okay, 10-4, sir. I hear you. Relay your question. Over.
Wait. Before you say anything stupid, think it through.
What's there to think about?
You're going to be looking at a straitjacket if you tell everyone you lost your memory. Be smart about this. Ask if he's there alone.
10-4, sir. I'm not hearing your question.
I wanted to know if you got my badge description right in your report.
What? What is it? He's still on the line?
He wants to verify the information on his badge.
Of course, it says Dick Mellon, High General of the Revachelen Cavalry Police Force.
Tell him to stop wasting time.
What do you need, sir? Over.
Any news about my family?
Excuse me, sir? Over.
I just thought you might have heard of him, that's all.
No, sir, I haven't. You're not really keen on mentioning your home life, so I've always assumed things weren't that good on that front. Over.
I'm gonna you alone.
That's a negative, sir. I got 10-12 visitors present here. Over.
Have I ever told you about my life before the Elysium?
10-4, well, that's,
Does he actually want something, or is he hell-bent on disrupting our work?
He asked if he ever told me about his days before joining the RCN.
For God's sake, cut this shit out! Tell him to stop wasting time and be a goddamn policeman for a change.
Sir, Satellite Officer Vicmar says... So, was there anything else?
Let's wrap this up.
Understood, sir. Over.
10-10, over.
Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
I need you to connect me to a civilian, a Sylvie. She may have reported a murder.
Of course. What is the number, officer?
Kim?
Yes, hold on. Her number is 005 1944 298.
Received. Hold on, officer.
Give it a minute. She might be busy at the moment. Takes a bit to get to the phone.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you.
Yes, hello?
A female voice greets you through static. It sounds like she's a million miles away from here. Sylvie, I believe we met before. This is me, a detective from the Whirling Ranks.
Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you?
Was it you who called the police?
No, not me.
Do you know who made that call?
No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the Union's phone, or the one on the coast.
So the Union has a phone, and there's one further down the coast. Got it.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
Well, why didn't you call?
What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the Union already knew about the courts.
I meant us.
No one calls the police. The Union would get angry.
What do you mean by that?
You know, what the Union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here.
Wait, Kim, is she speaking truth?
Legally, no. In reality, yes. Martinez is de facto policed by the Dock Workers Union.
Looks like there's a limit to my authority, though.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, maybe there's something else.
I don't know what to tell you, officer. I didn't call you because I didn't want to get in trouble with the others. With the Union. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, go on.
Why did you quit your job?
You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir.
Okay.
Why not?
Did you leave because of the assay?
What? No, why would you even think that?
Don't be afraid.
Please, don't bring Gar into this. It's none of your business.
God, why can't you just mind your own business? She mutters.
I already said I don't want to talk about this. You're messing everything up again.
Okay, have you seen my badge?
Yes, I know who you are. You're a police officer. The law.
This exact conversation has happened before. Establishing authority before this young girl seems to have been important to you in the past. Don't go there again.
How did you first learn I'm a police officer?
You told me back in the whirling. You told everybody, and so does your badge. I don't need to hear about it anymore.
Yeah. Oh, it's snowing. My badge is missing.
Oh, no, I haven't, sorry.
Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours?
Yeah, kid doesn't have a uniform.
He's in plain clothes, voluntarily. It's different from not knowing where your uniform is.
Have you seen my gun?
Please, no. Not this again. Everyone saw your cool gun detective.
She sounds beyond exacerbated. I showed you my gun.
You were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating and...
She stops hesitantly, not sure if she should continue. Actually, I don't want to know.
Great. Anything else?
Have you seen my policeman uniform?
Uniform? I never saw you in any uniform. You had your things on. The disco things.
Ah, I think I everything me.
I do hope so. Please, don't call me again. Bye.
I can't risk dying from bad morale. Bye.
You hear the call breaking up on the other end of the radio, and then the already familiar voice.
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
I'm done.
57's over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers. A metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly organized.
Hello, Georgie. Cat appearance. What do you want? Let's sit here. Go. Okay.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men.
Okay, let's get everything.
The pry bar feels nice and cold in your hand, heavier than you'd think. Useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids. The handles are long and sleek. Snap, snap, go the cutters in your hand. You can do good work with these. Cut chains, locks, and ropes, especially belts. It's robust, weatherproof, and well-made. Police issue, blue. Lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers and the radio on its hook. The white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle so very familiar in your palm. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector, indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch, labeled heat.
There's no use pressing the heat button. It won't start without the ignition key.
Translation. We're not going anywhere right now.
Yeah. valuable information and tools. Before anything, let's go behind. Do what we're here to do. Most able-bodied men is your host's top 10 list. Most able-bodied. Jump Jam's a popular music blog. Welcome to Rubber Shop. Is this where we're supposed to be going? God, this big place. I was waiting for a natural stopping off point because I've not talked this much from what I hear. My voice is struggling. I like this game.